Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Piso and I'm really glad that you're here. Today guys, I'm really excited. I've been excited for quite a while now. Since we planned this, I'm here today with some guys that I feel are change makers in Liberia. And I'm excited to talk to them. I'm excited for you guys to hear what they have to say. And it's none other than the Liberia To The World guys, Cephus and Joel. And so I'm excited to talk to them. I would like you to fully introduce yourself,
Yeah,
Cephus.
for sure. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching and thank you for having me. I have been watching your show too a lot. Whenever I, click on YouTube, I see you post something, I'm usually clicking on it, and I watch everybody YouTube out there as well. So, but I'm Cephus, and from Liberia To The World. I'm a YouTuber, entrepreneur, also a real estate developer in Liberia, and I do other businesses along with my business partner, who is also behind the camera, Joel. And you guys probably have seen him if you watch the channel as well. So, yeah, thank you for having me, and to catch up with you in person. I've been watching you too, so
Yes,
to meet you in person and. It's a pleasure for sure.
I always watch everything they have to say. Whenever their videos pop up, my husband's like, Liberia To The World not post, so we got to watch it. Okay, and so, first I just want to ask you now, guys, just as context, once a month, like I said, I'm going to showcase diasporan Liberians, that are doing innovative things in Liberia, positive things. So once a month, and I call it Diaspora Corner. So this is one of an episode of Diaspora Corner. Okay. So,
for sure.
And I just have a couple of just questions or some chat points that I've jotted down. So how long have you lived outside of Liberia?
Oh man, yeah. So I'll say I came here in 2009.
Okay.
So maybe is it 20? No. So that would be, probably like 16 years. Yeah. So about 16 years now.
Wow.
Came here from Ghana. So I was in Liberia, went to Ghana, and then actually had to go back to Liberia.
Okay.
Before coming here, because that's where all paperwork was filed and everything like that. So I lived in Ghana for about 7 years. And I left in 2003, went to Ghana, and then went back to Liberia 2009. So about close to 9 years. And then before coming to the States,
Okay. So when was the first time you returned to Liberia after leaving Liberia?
So, again, Joel and myself worked at the same location. We worked at several, places, the same job. So one day he went to Liberia in 2017 and he got back. And I've always wanted to go. Since I left Liberia, I've kind of really been missing home. But just, the decision to just go, it has not been made yet by me. So when Joel went and came back, it's like, bro, you have to go. He went back home and had that connection. And, just that bond with home, And he explained it to me. It's like, you have to experience it. I can tell you, I'm like, I know what you're talking about. I can feel it, even though I haven't been back. But I knew what feelings I was going to have when I got back. So when he did, and he said that. And after he got back, I think the second time or so, and I went for the first time in 2020.
Okay.
That was the first time, I think, right when
the pandemic.
Started. So that's when we made that. It was scary, of course, because our family were like, "Don't you dare go anywhere," And if something happened in Liberia, we know the medical system is not up to par yet. So I just had that feeling. I was like, man, let me just go. And it was beautiful. And there was not too much going on in Liberia yet as far as COVID. So. We felt like we were a little bit far from it at that time.
Until you came back.
Right.
Then.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's that feeling, and that was actually one of my questions. Like, how did you feel the first time you got on the continent or in the country? What was that first initial feeling? Because I know for me, it had been 20 years before I went back, and I'm telling you, when I got off that plane, it was like nostalgic, and I was crying. We don't know why you cry. It's just like I had that sense of home. And it had been 20 years since because I came as a teenager. But I'm telling you, from that day that I touched Liberia, which was in 2006, that was the time when Ellie became, We have gone back every year ever since.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, so y'all started a long time
We started a
before
long
us.
time. We've been going back a long time.
Oh,
It's just a
man.
sense of home, and you can't match the feeling.
Yep,
So
yep, yep,
thank you
yep,
for that.
yep, definitely. Yep, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so what keeps you going back? Then,
see-
you went there for the first time, you felt the feelings, and
Yeah.
what keeps you going back?
You know exactly what you just explained, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt. So I actually made a video on my channel about the first time. It's called 30 Days in Liberia. The first time I went there, we spent 30 days.
Yeah.
So when I got to Liberia, like you said, the feeling was overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know, knowing this is where I was born, this is where most of my childhood memories were formed. This is where my ancestry, lineage are formed, my family, my ties. You know, knowing myself as a human being for the first time as a teenager, as an adolescent.
Yeah.
That's in Liberia, you know. So that feeling was just amazing. Even before we touched down, as the plane came below the clouds and I started seeing, I'm like, man, I cannot believe I'm about to step foot back here. It was amazing. And we came, I don't know if it was in the night. Was it during the night? I think it was either night or so. Yeah, it was during the night. So we drove through the country. And I tell you, it's like a kid on Christmas morning. I couldn't wait to just wake up that morning and just go look outside. You know what I mean? Because I think it was 2 a.m. we came. And then we drove through, and the next morning I woke up and I just stood there, just looking.
Wow.
Just hearing your people. Everybody is, Liberian, like everything you miss. Just the sounds, the food, the smell of oranges and roasted fish.
Yep.
And things like that, It's
the chicken growing in the morning.
all of that,
here. Yes.
It was an amazing feeling, and it's like that high that I keep chasing. Every time I go back, it feels the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
You can't describe it to anyone. They have to go and experience it, especially people who've been here for a long time.
Yep.
They have to go experience it for themselves.
Yep.
You can't describe it.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so now let's get into what you're doing in Liberia.
Yeah,
I want you to talk about maybe one at a time.
Yep.
The different things you're doing in Liberia, Vision Estate.
Yep.
Project management, all of those things that you're doing. Please let us know, because every time you post something, we're just like, we're looking to see.
For sure.
Go into detail and tell us about and how, people can, your services and all of those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. So when the need for starting this company derives from just that gap in Liberia, right? People not trusting people back home and things like that. And those of us in the diaspora, how hard we work, we send money back home. I had an experience with it. My business partner Joel had an experience with
did
it.
too.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Several
and
times.
yes, my dad sent money back home to a family member for years. When he got back, there was nothing.
Yeah.
So, and all of us in this diaspora, we love this great diaspora. However, home is home. You can't replace that. Everybody yearns for that return. Everybody want to go visit, want to move back, relocate. But people are now so afraid because you know how hard we work, to get your single $5. So when we got back home and realized that need, and just the fact that we started YouTube and we got a bunch of email people asking us, hey, how can we, who can we find, who can we trust? That's kind of how the whole thing kind of derived. And the fact that I've had a background in housing somewhere through banking as far as real estate. And my business partner Joel has been great with just managing our other businesses.
Right.
So that's how we're like, you know what? Let's come together and just kind of create something that can bridge that gap. That's how we started, Vision Estates Liberia. Okay. So Vision Estates Liberia basically is we're real estate developers. So we build for folks in the diaspora. We have 3 locations that we're aiming to develop, which is like a gated community.
Yeah.
So basically you can get your home in there, 24-hour security. Nice. We have other amenities within the facility is control access. So you can come and live. When you're going back, you go back. For those who are seasonal, you can leave. We manage the facility. You can put it out for Airbnb rentals and things like that. So that's kind of how we started the whole thing and build it into like a construction company also. Okay. So we build for folks in the diaspora.
Right.
We do everything from consultation to developing a house plan, to doing what we call the visibility test, and a lot of education. Because when it comes to construction in Liberia, you have to follow certain steps or else, you will get duped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we provide all of that consultation, like kind of house plan, to the construction itself, to renovation, and just touch up. People reach out to us, say, hey, I have a house already. My mom, my dad lives there. I want to upgrade it and things like that we do. and we also kind of manage properties as well. So, and we manage construction.
Right.
So if you already have your own team, and that's another thing, I will always recommend people to do that. Even if we are building for you, if you can find a third party to check on our work, you do so. So that's the service we offer. So if you have your own team you're building, we can kind of monitor the construction, give you a third party, non-interested feedback. Another set of eyes, and make sure we're keeping those people honest. Exactly. Because if they're telling you, you don't know. So anything they tell you, you take it. So that's kind of the services that we offer currently. And one of the biggest thing that you probably have heard, or some of you guys have seen when we launched last year, the Diaspora mortgage program.
That's what I was going to say. Financing.
Also, financing.
So
as well.
So you want to touch a little bit about that, or they can call you if they want to sell. They want to learn a little bit more about the different kinds of financing, because I guess it depends what you want.
Right.
So
So I mean, we do have a lot of videos on there as well, just different in depth. However, just a brief overview is, if you're living in the diaspora, U.S., Canada, and the UK, and you have a job, of course, you're employed, you can provide at least 2 to 3 years of tax return, and valid source of income, whether it being self-employed, employed, or retirement, so long you can prove the income, then you apply. Then the application goes through our partners, Cephus Global, who has their main office here in Oregon in the U.S. So they process all of those. And then you apply, and if everything goes through and you get approved, then we let our partners in Liberia know, which is EcoBank, and then they do the financing as well. Even now for us, depending on the home you're buying, if it's one of our smaller, cozy, more affordable homes, we provide some sort of in-house financing as well. If you're putting at least 50% down, we finance the rest, complete the building, and then you can pay it off. Pay it off too as well. So we have different options currently.
Oh, that's really good. I think that's nice that there are different options for different because sometimes people will say, I want to live in a community. I want to live for myself. I want my own. But if they, they want something like that you said with the housing that you were just talking about, they can do that. But like you said, you're developers too. So if they want something like on their own, where, there's like this nice compound, you're able to work with them as well. So that's really nice. Okay, so what are some of the challenges in doing business in Liberia or working in Liberia? What are some of the challenges? Because we know there are challenges.
We love Liberia. It's our country, but it comes with its own baggage, of course. If anybody have done business in Liberia, there are countless, right? However, I keep telling myself, my business partner, we keep reassuring each other that, even though those challenges are there, we just have to do it, because you know what? Others are doing it. The Chinese are doing it, the Lebanese are doing it, the Indians are doing it. They're succeeding, right? So they too had to go through those hurdles. So we can't let that stop us. But the challenges are endless. However, I'll point out a few. Of course, we're mostly into the construction. So it's just having that skilled workforce that will stick with you. So we do construction from different locations, making sure that the guys that we have are on the project and not go anywhere else, because there are certain time during the year everybody doing construction. Some of these guys are eating here, they're trying to
double up on
projects and things like that, right? So that's one. The other one is just the sense of urgency for some Liberians. I would say a majority of Liberians. Here in the diaspora, your time is attached to something. It could be some kind of value, it could be monetary or something. But most of our folks in Liberia, time is not tied to. They just there's no sense of urgency. They'll be
they're not in a hurry.
Right, they're not in a hurry, So, you would think that, okay, you have a goal to do something for 3 weeks, but if they do it for 5 weeks, they'll be like,
you'll be like, well, on top.
And we're still doing it, So, just a few things, of course, electricity, road access, and, those general things. But those are things that we just found alternative ways, whether it being us making a little path or reaching out to other folks in the community to kind of pull hands together and create a road and things like that, or even pull funds or, like a collaboration with others to get like a LEC transformer or anything we can do to kind of create some medium of making things happen in the meantime until things get better in the country.
And then what I found too is that the ability to reset and readjust. You have to have that. If not, you'll really drive yourself crazy in Liberia. You know, you just have to, okay, so now we have to pivot. Or maybe now we have to tweak something because of some of these challenges. So, you know, you have to be willing to and ready to, you know, adjust at any time.
100%. Just adopt. That's how it is. And that's gonna make, for me too, it adds to what makes it rewarding. You know what I mean? It's not boring. Every time there's something different, you have your whole plan, and there's something happening, but you just gotta adopt, and you know, you go with it. You know.
Well, I'm glad you said the word rewards. That was my next point. What are some of the rewards of doing business and working in Liberia?
A lot of it, you know, the sense of accomplishment, contributing back to you know our home. You know, like I said, I lived in Ghana for a while, right? And I've been ashamed to say this for a lot, and I've mentioned that on my channel as well and other mediums. That for a while when I was in Ghana, I never used to let people know I was Liberian. I used to hide the fact, and I speak several Ghanaian languages too. And the reason is that every time I bring up where I'm from, there was not many good things to say, right? But oh, you from that war country? Oh, you from that country where on YouTube the people are eating the hard, you know, the rebels, you know, and things like that. You know,
narrative that's out there,
out there, you know. So, but now knowing that, you know, I want to really display where I'm from. I want to contribute back to my country. So that's where the reward comes from for me. Just be able to employ people back home, be able to create the dream for folks who are in the diaspora who want to like relocate, live back home, go and reconnect, and be able to do that, right? Right now, you know, money-wise, it's the secondary because this is the great land. You can have so many means and mediums of making money that was going to surpass Liberia, you know what I mean? So the monetary value is secondary, but right now for us, it's just being able to contribute back, be able to make things happen for our people, being able to be in the midst of our people and really feel in that sense of accomplishment, knowing that, hey, I'm in another man's land that they built, that even though, you know, our whole black people come and helping all that stuff, but I want to feel like I contribute to my own thing that we and my people built too back, you know? So that's where the reward comes from for myself and my business partner. You know, we talk about this all the time.
And I mean, I can tell you guys right now that you're doing it. You guys, the videos that you post and what we're seeing, you know, some of the things that you guys are doing, you and a lot of other young people in Liberia. I always say it, the young people are the ones who are really, really making the meaningful changes in Liberia.
For sure,
You know, definitely. And so when we think about how the world sees Liberia, all that, within the last 5 years, just 5 years, a lot has changed. And it has a lot to do with what you guys are doing, you know, in Liberia. It has a lot to do with some of the things that you're putting out, some of the images. You know, you're changing the narrative of how people see Liberia. Thank you for that. Because I'm telling you, it's working.
It's working.
It's working. Definitely working.
Definitely.
You know, Liberia is out there and they're competing with a lot of the other West African countries and a lot of other countries in Africa. Our neighbors, we're competing now. You know, so we're like, oh, this is Liberia? Really? This is Liberia.
And I'll add to that. The thing about it is like, you know, we all reminisce that nostalgia, that, oh, Norman Day. That's a conversation I hear people talk about all the time. And I'll be honest, when I say this, the last time I said it, you know, on other platforms, man, I had a lot of pushback. Liberia today is better than it was before. And here's the reason why I said that, right? Like you said, the young folks, the contribution that these young people are having, different businesses, making impact, right? The Liberian-owned businesses, the mindset of our people are changing. I was having a conversation with some guys. I want to cut my hair, and these young guys talking about just their future plans, right? Talking about, you know, when I say Liberia is better today than before, I'm not talking about what the government is doing, what the government was doing, the fact that there was no war and things. I'm just talking about the development of our people. You know what I mean? And nowadays we're more forward-thinking, more forward-driven. And when I see so many Liberians starting so many things, it's when I know that, yes, you know, we're heading in the right direction. And just in general, technology is, you know, taking everybody in the right direction.
You
know, so many things we can do today that we couldn't do before.
I'll tell you something, Cephus. I get a lot of young people who reach out to me. They want me to go see their projects, right? When I go back, I think right now I have about 8 to 10 projects I'm going to go to take a look at. People, they reach, I say, Sis Pisa, we heard you. You know, we want to share what we're doing. You know, that we shouldn't just keep it to ourselves. A lot of people are doing big things in Liberia.
That's what I'm saying.
Quietly.
So a lot of people in the diaspora, like, oh, nothing happened in that country.
Man,
I'm telling, I said it
young
last time.
people that's in the doing Liberia, and that's
go back. When you go back, you will see it.
You will see
when you sit on social media, you use Facebook and stuff, you see only the bad news.
No.
So those who haven't been back, oh, nothing happened in that country.
They're
not doing things.
Yeah. You know,
a lot,
but
like
don't listen to that. There are a lot of people doing
a lot of things. Not saying we are YouTubers, so we show everything. But a lot of people they just don't. You know, they just do their thing. They sit down quiet. They sit down.
And that's it. They sit down quiet. It's okay. Well, now we want to motivate people. We want to inspire some people to do what we did. You know, thank you for what you did. You know, you share your little project. It helped to inspire some of us. We want to pay it forward. You know, we want to be able to share what we're doing too. So I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so. All right. Now, as a diasporan Liberian, what do you think, okay, we can do collectively to improve the overall livelihood and the infrastructure with to make the conditions better in Liberia? Like as a diasporan Liberian, collectively, what can we do?
I'll say one thing, one phrase. Stop sitting on the fence.
Okay.
Look, we in the diaspora, we have unlimited data. We have internet, electricity all the time. So most of us, is just sit down and type, give our opinion, and don't take any action. That's the issue. And we can start little by little. Right? Even if you, let's say, for example, sponsoring 2 kids, the whole year school fees like, let's say $200.
Exactly.
That's one way to start, right? And the main thing with our diaspora, and I think what we are impacting the most with that is not physical is our mindset, right? I know a lot of us in the diaspora are so soaked into politics. All we do is like, oh, this one, this, yo, we had this, Waka this, Ellen this, all like, what are we actually doing though? Like, what are we doing? What mindset, what groups are we putting together? Look, you know this. I mean, people in other communities, our Kenyan friends, I have a Kenyan friend. Their community, the impact that they've made, they built we're talking to even Joe and I met some lady. They're completing the entire hospital.
Wow.
Huge, very modern, and that's just from individual people, not no government, right? So we in the diaspora, we have the means somewhat, resources somewhat.
We do.
You know, instead of just using it just to maybe critique or say, oh, this and this, and of course we cherish it, you know, where we're at. But what can we do physically? And our mindset and our thinking. It starts with our thinking, just putting out that positive vibes, encouraging people out there, not just participate. You know, like, look, drama is good, right? We're on social media. We see all the people who host the drama forums. You see thousands of us. That's where everybody spends their time.
For that.
Exactly. It's okay. You know, it's relief stress. It's good. But what about the other forums? I've seen people teaching about credit, about mortgage, about relocating. Those people, nobody go there. So I think in the diaspora, we just need to shift mostly our thinking into the right direction. We can partake in, you know, leisure, entertainment, drama, and things like that. But what can we do as a collective group to make an impact directly instead of just talking and typing? That's for me. That's how I feel.
That's it. I agree. I 100% agree with that. Just the mindset, changing the mindset of us here, and also the mindsets too of people back home. I'll just tell you one little thing. We're almost done here. One of the single thing that I've done and I've continued to do since I've been going back home is the trash. You know, the trash, the garbage all over the place. I'm going to continue to hold people accountable who are in my circle, my family, my acquaintances that are Liberians living home, to take responsibility of the trash where you're dropping. Okay, if I see them tonight, I'm going to call them out on it.
It starts with that.
I call them out and I hold I have my garbage bag in my car, I have my garbage bag. You're going to hold that thing until we reach. I say, when I get to I will throw it away.
I feel so uncomfortable doing things now.
So as long as we keep doing that, hopefully we're going to be able to, some of the it will help to change some of the mindset. But I totally agree with that.
And it just starts with small things like that.
Little things like that.
Little things like that.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Definitely. Okay, so in closing, is there anything that you want us to know? Something that you're working on, something that you're gonna unveil pretty soon. It's not gonna live small inside something. But anyway, yes, something that you want us to know that are coming up for Liberia to the World or Vision Estate. That
Yeah.
we can.
Yeah, so 2025 is the year we're really trying to make an impact.
Okay.
Of course, when you have a plan, sometimes it gets derailed, but the thing is just to keep the course, right?
Yeah.
So things kind of took a little bit of a downward turn for us a little bit. However, we're back on track, getting things going. A lot of things coming up this December. We're planning on unveiling something that we've been working on.
Okay.
That we're going to try to do to have more people there, have more coverage.
Okay.
So I will speak to that more as the time gets closer.
Okay.
But in general, just expanding our workforce and making impact, right?
Okay.
And doing more, helping folks to either not just manage their property, help the people who are trying to either sell or just other mediums when it comes to real estate.
Yeah.
We're expanding to that. But as far as the channel, we're looking. We found a couple people who are going to be correspondents because, like you and I know, when we're back here, then we still need to be making content back there.
Yeah.
So. I know we've been a little bit quiet on that side, but we're trying to make that happen. But just as far as Vision Estates, by the end of the year, that's when most people go back home. So we're hoping to kind of make some big announcements around that time.
Wow, I can't wait. I'll be there.
So, yeah, you'll be there. We're definitely going to reach out and definitely and collaborate and appreciate it. And also, I see that, I don't know if you're aware, but Faisal and those other guys are doing like a YouTuber influencer kind of group.
I saw that, yeah.
Which is amazing. I thought about that years ago to see it now.
I saw they were over at the lakeside or Lakeview, place. Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah. So just something like that. If we can expand that, make this something very notable.
Right.
Because we are the ones.
The Diaspora YouTube.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm sure they're open to that, but we're just not there.
We're not there because you're in,
Of course,
back and forth,
So just do more with the community, All of us just do more with the community and, again, help to push that positive, image of our country. That's about it.
That's the goal.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I want to thank you guys for sitting with me, taking up your time to sit with me and sharing with, my people on YouTube.
Yeah, for sure.
Just kind of sharing what you guys are doing. I want to thank you for that. And I hope it won't be the last.
Oh, no, yeah.
Okay, I hope you guys will come back again as things develop, things unfold with what you're doing. I hope you'll come back and share with us.
Definitely, we will. I'll reach out.
And then maybe we can go there and see some of the things what you're doing too. I want to go there and kind of share with them on site what you guys are doing. So that would be nice.
Definitely, I'll reach out and then we'll all be there soon. So
we'll
in and out. So.
All right. Thank you, Cephus. Thank you, Joel. All right.
Well, thank you guys.
All right. Bye, guys. All right.
That's a good one.